The sun is shining brightly, followed by a cool breeze of wind. Now we have a glimpse of our hero. He was getting out of bed wearing a brown leather jumper and black jeans. Our hero was shocked when he saw something at the window beside him. From his window, our hero saw a huge castle, a cathedral, an academy, and many more. The way the buildings were constructed is different compared to contemporary times. Despite being different compared to the modern world, our hero knew where he was. It turns out that our hero was inside the game he was playing. Flashback to 3 years ago, our hero owned a game called Heroic Legend of Arhan. The game was all about various kinds of dangerous events that went on in an academy. Each of the game's incidents was also vicious, such as a gigantic demon destroying the whole city. The game's events were so extreme that even the end of the world was brought up, where most of the population turned into undead and not a single adventurer remained to save the city. The game's story was very large scale, but all of those have nothing to do with our hero because the main character is going to take care of everything anyway. So, our hero said to himself that he should relax and just enjoy this new world. And even if our hero tried to do something, it won't matter anyway, because he's just an extra. His role was just an NPC in the beginner quest where the main character saves a villager. Our hero's goal was to let the story just go the same way as the game went, and then everything would be solved. Our hero was in the city's capital. He was happily humming while he was searching for the main character. The reason why he was so motivated to search for the main character was because once he found the main character, he would become rich. In the process of searching, he noticed a young man wearing all black. The young man in black was starving. He was craving some sweet potatoes because he couldn't eat for days. The young man was also whispering something about a sprite. Our hero heard what the young man said, and he told himself that there isn't a sprite in this game. So, he concluded that the young man must be one of the main characters. It was just that the young man didn't have any idea of the game. The young man's patience has run out. He shouts that he doesn't care anymore, because now he will live for his own sake and efficiency. Our hero saw him struggling, so our hero held his hand to comfort him. With a huge smile on his face, our hero told the young man that he understood him because he felt the same way too. Our hero remembered the young man's name, and it was Park Sihu, a regular person in the game just like him. But despite the fact that they are both regular people, there is this one huge difference. The difference was Park Sihu was one of the main characters and he was not. Park Sihu has its own stat window, and you can choose him as your character in the game because he's one of the playable characters. But there is a problem. The person under Park Sihu's body has never played the game before, so he doesn't know how to use its own stat window. But our hero was confident in his own ability. He knew that he could make up for the young man's naiveness. He said to the young man that because he wanted to become a mage, he should go and upgrade his intelligence stats. He also told him that there would be a skill book in the next story, and that's a very important event, so he should not forget about it. You see, the reason our hero was so confident was because he had already played all of the game's stories and possible routes. In a nutshell, our hero is a professional at the game. He smirked as he told himself that having someone like him to guide the main characters was an amazing privilege to have. While our hero was boasting himself to Sihu, a big mean dog with sharp teeth ambushed him from behind. He tried to dodge the attack, but his body froze due to fear. Luckily, Sihu quickly reacted to the situation. Before the fierce dog reached our hero, he positioned himself in front of our hero to save him. In order to take down the dog, he used his powerful spell to decapacitate the monster. After saving our hero, Sihu gave our hero a bright smile as he asked if our hero was unharmed. Years have passed since our hero and Sihu first met. Sihu and our hero's synergy is impeccable. The combination of our hero's information about the game and Sihu's stat window and player system, they became unstoppable. But despite being one step behind Sihu, our hero's perseverance allowed him to keep up with Sihu's strength. "We were a good duo," said by our hero. He believed that if he was with Sihu, they could save a lot of people and stop the world from ending. He also thinks that he could return to Earth along with Sihu. After they easily completed a quest, Sihu gave our hero an elixir. Our hero asked Sihu where he got such an elixir. Sihu replied that he just picked it up while they were doing the quest, but he shouldn't expect too much from it because it's only as good as low-class elixir. Without any hesitation, our hero accepts and drinks the elixir he got from his friend. While our hero was drinking the elixir, he told himself that although he was having fun being with Sihu, there is one thing that he regrets, and that everyone in their party was a male. But although they were all men, they were still able to manage to beat every quest. Our hero gave us a short background about the game. He said that the game's charm is that it contains fantasy actions as well as diverse heroines and dating simulator features. But for some reason, Park Sihu did not get involved with any woman in the game. He only put them in the party when necessary. So, at one point their party ended up with all men. After he drank the elixir, he asked Sihu with a silly look on his face why the party had to be all gross and sweaty guys. But Sihu ignored our hero's question. As they kept on succeeding with all of the quests they took, our hero realized something he should have realized a long time ago. First is the death of the emperor's granddaughter on the way to the entrance ceremony. Second is why Mariette went missing after they beat the first stage's final boss. Third is the mysterious disappearances and murder of some notable characters of the game, which resulted in the plot straying away from the original story of the game. And lastly is about the way Park Sihu thought compared to the original game. It was as if Park Sihu had a hidden personality. It turns out that behind those sweet smiles, Park Sihu was hiding something wicked within him. But despite those signs, our hero chose to ignore it. He gave his complete trust to Sihu, to which he regretted it instantly. Our hero was shocked when he saw something he should have seen a long time ago. It was Mariette's staff. Mariette, whose full name was Mariette Dunalef, is one of the game's heroines. But neither Sihu nor him was able to meet her because she went missing. So, he asked himself why her staff was hidden underground. Our hero couldn't believe that Park Sihu had a secret inventory of every main character's items. The reason that he managed to find the secret inventory was because he noticed that Sihu kept sneaking out at night, so he decided to follow him. And it turns out that Sihu has built an underground base. Sihu's secret items inventory was bigger than he thought. It was as if he was trapped inside a huge maze. While he was exploring the place, he saw every key item that he thought was missing, such as the Odachi sword that was nowhere to be found when another heroine named Alicia disappeared. He also saw Jaeger mace, a powerful mace that can take out a whole squad with a single blow, and Lark's spellbook, a magic book that contains different mighty spells. Because of our hero's curiosity, he saw something horrendous. His eyes widened and his body started shaking from what he saw. In front of him, he saw Mariette Dunalef's unconscious body trapped inside a huge chamber. It looks like Sihu was experimenting with something and Mariette was his subject. Not long after he saw Mariette, Sihu approached our hero from behind. He couldn't believe that his secrets were exposed. With a menacing look on his face, he asked our hero why he was there. He also told him that it would be better if he just turned a blind eye to everything he saw. But our hero refused to do so. He asked Sihu what was the reason behind all of this, because back then he said that he lost track of Mariette when he went after her. But Sihu brushes him off by telling him that it doesn't matter because Mariette was a demon anyway. And since Mariette was a demon, it would be a waste if they just let someone who has elder class vampire blood like her to just run around the city. So Sihu just did what he thought was necessary, and that is to use her blood as an elixir. And besides, you drank quite a bit too, said Sihu. Our hero was trembling because of rage after hearing that, because it turns out that the elixir that Sihu gave to our hero every time they finish a quest was made from Mariette's blood. Our hero couldn't believe that he just consumed Mariette's blood. He was so grossed out, so he tried to puke out the elixir that he drank. But everything was already late. While our hero was down on his knees, Sihu told our hero that he should be happy instead because he worked really damn hard trying to capture her. He had to hold up for a month in the forest just to come up with a trap that she would fall into. Our hero's whole body was tensed. He clenched his teeth very hard and asked Sihu why did he such a thing. He gave his complete trust to him, yet he betrayed him. Sihu looked at our hero with his psychopathic stare as he was telling him that he did all of these in order to efficiently progress with the story, because he finds our hero route was too frustrating. He told him that because our hero was always trying to save people, they kept on failing on some quests. He also told him that he refused to kill both Jaeger and Lark, which he finds very infuriating. So, he started taking matters into his own hands. He was tired of upping the NPC's friendship, so he instead started manipulating them. Rather than doing those hassle stuff, it would be easier to kill them instead and loot their item. Sihu asked our hero to just forget everything he saw, and he should just keep following him because he thinks that he was better at the game compared to our hero. That's when our hero realized that Sihu lied to him from the start because he wasn't a newbie at all. While our hero was processing everything that just happened, he asked Sihu how many people he already killed. Without any emotion, Sihu told our hero if he killed 3 more people, then it would be around 100,000. Hearing that made our hero really mad. Without any hesitation, he confronted Sihu. He grabbed his collar and called him a monster for killing innocent people. But those words meant nothing to Sihu. He asked our hero to stop being a hypocrite because he also killed plenty of people too. And besides, they're just NPCs, so there is no need for him to be so worked up. Our hero shouted at Sihu and he told him that Sihu and him were different. Because for our hero, he only killed evil bastards with no saving grace that are trying to destroy the world. Our hero also asked him what he meant when he said efficiency. Because if he really was so obsessed with efficiency, then why did he take the odachi? Why would a mage like Sihu take a hidden piece that is meant for knights? Also, there is no need for him to make an elixir made of blood, because it's no different from a regular elixir. He also points out that the whole secret inventory is already inefficient. Despite our hero's unending questions, Sihu just gave him a smile. But his reaction changed when our hero told him that he was only doing this to fulfill his sociopathic tendencies. Hearing that made Sihu bitter, so he grabbed our hero's head, ready to give him the most possible harm that he could do, and pushed him towards the chamber where Mariette's body was. Our hero hit his head first. Sihu pushed him so hard that the glass chamber received damage from it. Also, our hero experienced a temporary blackout. While our hero was lying on the ground, Sihu told him that he was driving him crazy because after everything he had done for him, he dared to talk to him like that. After our hero regained consciousness, Sihu strangled him and told him that our hero should submit himself to him, and he should be his world. Because even though our hero was looking at the heroines, he remained loyal to them. Looks like Sihu couldn't keep his secret anymore. He confessed to our hero that he likes him not as a friend but as a sexual partner. Our hero was dumbfounded. He couldn't believe that the person he once thought was his best friend was actually gay. And to make matters worse, the one that Sihu loved was him. Our hero was so creeped out towards Sihu, he immediately ran away from him. He did not expect him to be gay because, in the actual game, he's not that kind of character. Also, they had already been together for 199 chapters, so why was he trying to change the genre out of nowhere? Sihu replied, everything was already according to his plan. He already removed everything that could get in the way of his future with our hero. That's when our hero realized the reason why he only put guys in their party. But Sihu assured him that he should not worry, because the other men were just for looking and the one he only truly loved was him. Our hero was so grossed out, without any second thought he threw a right hook towards Sihu's chin. While Sihu was still stunned, he ran as fast as he could. This is the first time that our hero felt such fear because throughout his life he never experienced having a girlfriend. But eventually Sihu caught him using his constrict spell. This spell allows the use to paralyze its target temporarily. Because of the powerful advance, our hero couldn't move a single muscle. This was so different from the game that our hero imagined. He thought that he would live his life to the fullest with a beautiful heroine. Sihu slowly walks toward our hero. As he walks, he tells him that won't be able to escape him because he plans on trapping him forever. Once again Sihu smiled, but this time his smile was different compared to before. His sweet smile turned into something demonic. Sihu told him that starting from now he was his man, and he should submit himself to him. Because for Sihun everything in the game's world was fake and our hero was the only one who was real. Our hero was so freaked out towards Sihu, but he couldn't do anything but cry. He tried his best to escape the spell, but it was too powerful. Sihu told him that he shouldn't be scared because everything will be over soon once his fight against the final boss is over. After the last quest we could spend our life together forever, said by Sihu. Our hero had woken up from his sleep, and when he woke up, he realized that he was inside Park Sihu's void spell. While he was lying, feeling hopeless, something notified our hero the last stage had begun. Our hero recognized Sihu's ability, so he was sure that Sihu could beat the final boss. He asked himself what would happen to him once he defeated the final boss. But then another notification popped up. It was stated that a player had died. It looks like that Sihu has failed to beat the final boss. Our hero felt relieved at the fact that Sihu failed, because he would rather spend his life inside the void rather than be with him. But then something interesting happened. Our hero felt the cool breeze of air once again. Our hero was sweating and breathing heavily. It looked like our hero was brought back to where he was when he was first transported to the game. When he realized that he was inside his room once again, he quickly got up from his bed to look at his window. At his window he saw the same castle, academy, cathedral, and other buildings. That's when he realized that he regressed to 3 years ago, the first day he came to the game. Our hero was glad that he was given another chance to redeem himself. He clenched his fist very hard. Tears started to fall from his eyes, and this time he made a promise to himself. A promise that he needs to keep no matter what, and that is to kill Park Sihu before he succeeds, and to never commit the same mistake ever again. It looks like our hero was given another chance to get his revenge on Sihu. But our hero should still be careful because we cannot forget that Sihu still possessed the ability to upgrade himself using his player stat window. So, what do you think? Will our hero be able to redeem himself or is he going to fail once again? Join me in the second part of our journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be updated on future uploads. See you on the next journey.